Warehouses are defined in the Inventory Management module. Let's go to the Setup area, and then Inventory Breakdown, and then open the Warehouses form. Here you can see the full list of all the various different warehouses. I'll go ahead and create a new quarantine warehouse. First, you'll want to give your warehouse a name. I'm going to call mine 11Q. And then I'll give it a description. Next, you must link your quarantine warehouse to a site. The site that you link your quarantine warehouse must be the same site that you link your default warehouse to. I'll select Site 1 for this example. Next, in the Type field, you'll want to make sure that you select Quarantine in the drop-down box. You'll notice that the Quarantine Warehouse and Transit Warehouse fields become disabled. Now, I can link this Quarantine Warehouse to a site. So I'll select Site 11, or Warehouse 11 rather, and then change the Quarantine Warehouse to the new Quarantine Warehouse that we just created by clicking the drop-down box and then selecting 11Q. An item can be configured for automatic quarantine by linking it to an item model group which has the Quarantine Management checkbox selected. I'll show you how to do that now. This is done in the Setup folder of Inventory Management underneath Inventory and then Item Model Groups. You'll notice the quarantine checkbox in the center portion of the form. It's important to note that quarantine management can only be used with a stocked product. I'll go ahead and create a new item model group that will be specific for quarantine. I'll name it QUAR as an abbreviation for quarantine. Then, to enable the automatic quarantine management, I'll select the Quarantine Management checkbox in the Warehouse Management group. I'll leave all of the other defaults for this particular example, and then close the form. The last step is to link that item model group to an item. So I'll do that by opening up the Released Products form, which is found in Product Information Management. Underneath Common, I'll click the Released Products form. I'll create a new product by clicking on the new icon and typing in a number. I'll give the product a description such as hat. I can link this to a category. I'll choose the apparel category for this example. Optionally, I can apply a template. I'm just going to manually select the values that are required. So here in the Item Model Group field, I'll select the new item model group that we just created for quarantine. Then, in the Item Group field, I'll select which item group this item belongs to. I'll select a storage dimension group to indicate which storage dimensions should be used, such as site and warehouse. And then I'll select a tracking dimension group, such as none. I'll update the units of measure to each, and then create my item. I'll click OK to finalize the creation. I could open this item and click Edit and enter additional details for the item, or I could modify the information, such as the item model group that we just assigned. Now that we've completed the creation and setup for quarantine management, let's take a closer look at the process.